Okay, so today we're going to talk about 5 people that should not buy a timeshare. Coming right up. Okay, so before we get into the 5 people who should not buy a timeshare, if you're new here and you like timeshare tips, resort reviews, villa tours, and industry news, please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And also, hit that notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload new videos. So, let's get into it. The 5 people that should not buy a timeshare. Now today I'm not talking about 5 specific individual people. I'm talking about 5 types of people that should not purchase a timeshare. And the first person is the occasional traveler. So if you're somebody that just likes to go on a vacation, maybe once every 2 or 3 years, and other than that you're just doing staycations, you're staying around the house, a timeshare purchase is probably not for you. Timeshares are an annual, or at least an every other year commitment to a vacation lifestyle. So if you're an occasional traveler and you can only travel every once in a while, or you only ever want to travel every once in a while, then timeshares probably are not the type of vacation product for you. You're probably just better off to stay in a hotel room, book a resort, book an all-inclusive or a cruise, but timeshares probably aren't going to be the ideal solution because you have that annual commitment every year with maintenance fees. And when you don't use it, you lose it. So if you want to be a timeshare owner, make sure you can travel on a fairly regular basis. Okay, so number 2 is the last minute traveler. If you're somebody who likes to book your vacations only 60 days, 40 days, even 120 days in advance, timeshare purchase probably isn't going to be the best option either. Timeshares usually have booking windows and inventory release windows out up to a year, sometimes even 13 months. So you definitely need to be a long-term planner willing to make a reservation 12 to 13 months in advance. Some timeshares are a little bit shorter, maybe as short as 8 months, but you definitely need to be a long-term planner. If you're waiting until 120 days or 60 days out to make your reservation, and especially for peak times, you're probably not going to get that reservation you want, especially if you need to travel during holiday seasons or school holidays, school breaks, Christmas, New Year's, or around March break. You definitely have to be willing and able to plan well in advance. Okay, so the third type of person that should not purchase a timeshare is somebody who has to finance the purchase. Timeshares are a luxury travel product. And for luxury products, just like if you're buying a luxury car, you probably shouldn't finance that, especially given how timeshares often have extremely high mortgage rates or interest rates. Sometimes 12, 13, 14% for a mortgage that is 120 months long. So a 10-year mortgage at that high of an interest rate, by the time you're done paying that off, you're going to be spending double or almost double of what you actually purchased that timeshare for. So that $25,000 purchase of a timeshare, is it really worth $50,000 in the end? It's hard to make economic sense out of a timeshare that costs $50,000. It just does not pay for itself over the long haul. You could have likely gone every year on vacations, pretty good vacations, for that 10-year period, and well lower than that $50,000 or even more timeshare purchase. So if you have to finance a timeshare, it probably is not for you. Okay, so now the fourth type of person that should not buy a timeshare, and that is you have not researched the purchase. So if you haven't done all of your research and you're only perhaps just sitting in a timeshare presentation and taking the salesperson's word for everything, you should probably not be buying that timeshare. You need to wait, get out of that timeshare presentation, go back, do your research, check out Tug BBS, and ask a lot of questions. Get to know exactly what it is that you're looking to buy, because what you're looking at might not actually even be the right product for you. There are a lot of different timeshare brands. They work differently. They all have different locations, and some have more, some have fewer resorts. So you really need to understand what is the best timeshare product or timeshare brand even for you and your family for your travel needs. And you may even find out that you don't want that annual commitment to a timeshare and it just isn't right for you, and maybe you're better off just going the traditional travel methods of booking a resort or a hotel when you need to travel. So we're now on to number 5, and that is somebody who is not flexible. So if you're not flexible and you're not able to go or travel different weeks of the year, unless you're able to buy a fixed week somewhere that is basically the same week every year and you're always going to have that week off and able to travel that week, then a timeshare probably isn't right. You need to be able to be flexible, that when you call to make your reservations, those prime weeks, and a lot of weeks, book up really fast, sometimes within minutes of the inventory becoming available. So you need to be flexible that you can go another week in the year if that one you really want isn't available. And especially if you're trying to exchange your timeshare week. If you're looking for a very specific time, very specific date, a specific check-in date, and you're trying to trade into that, you have to rely on somebody else depositing that exact same date that you want to travel. And it may just not come along because there may be other people that are in front of you in line for that same trade. So there we go, the 5 people that should not buy a timeshare. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And until next time, let's make your next destination a timeshare.